Ett av de mest intressanta projekten skulle jag vilja säga som pågår just nu, det är ett projekt som drivs i Finland. Där försöker man driva öppna och smarta offentliga tjänster på ett föredömligt sätt i ett pilotprojekt som kallas för Sixaika. Och det har nog många av oss hört talas om, men därför är det så här speciellt intressant att få hit någon av de projektdeltagarna för att få höra det från kärnan så att säga. Vi har med oss det sydvästra regionalförbundet eller länsstyrelse, motsvarande länsstyrelse i Finland. Och det är Sanna Jokela som kommer att berätta för oss om det här. Så, välkommen. Ja. En stor applåd.
Tack så mycket. I'm going to speak in English. I'm sorry. My Swedish is not presentable. But my name is Sanna Jokela and I work at the Regional Council of Southwest Finland. I'm originally a geographer. I'm working with geographical information and information systems for the past 10 years. And now I'm involved with this open data initiative in Finland called Kuusaika, sixth time, cooperation strategy of the six largest cities in Finland. And I'm here to tell you about little about the strategy, but more about the open data spearhead project that we are working on. So in Finland there are the six largest cities, and people inhabited in those cities is approximately 30% of the population in Finland. So they are quite big cities. In Helsinki region, the capital region, we have Espoo and Vantaa, and in the north Oulu, and in the middle of Finland Tampere, and we in the southwest Finland in Turku are operating with this project. So this strategy started in 2014 and it takes place for the next 4 years still. So it's a cooperation strategy for sustainable urban development. And the six cities try to act as innovation and experimentation environments and strengthen the national competitiveness in the meanwhile. So the strategy is built to improve the city's abilities for response to the future challenges and promote sustainable urban development at the same time. In the meanwhile, it creates new know-how, businesses, jobs, and there are 3 different focus areas we are now trying to find answers: openness, digitalization, and partnerships. So this is an EU-funded project or strategy. It's a regional, European Union regional fund, which is providing the funds for this project. So the idea is to improve the service processes in the cities and do these services also over municipal borders, not just to the 6 cities, but also to the surrounding areas. And that's why the Regional Council of Southwest Finland is also involved with this project. So this is the main idea of the strategy. There's a management group where there are directors from the 6 cities. They're gathered together and they are in the top level. Then there is a steering group and the 6 city strategy office, which helps in informing and in the marketing side. And then there is implementation of this strategy in 3 thematic focus areas. And I'm working with this open data interfaces spearhead project. But then there are several 2 others. the open participation and customership and open innovations platform project. These are the main and biggest projects that are currently going on in the strategy. But also there are smaller pilot projects that can be related to open data or open participation or open innovation or maybe to all the spearheads. And the idea is that the spearhead project will create an environment where these pilots can survive and do much more than the spearhead project was supposed to do. So we're opening data also for example, in our spearhead project, but then these pilots might be utilizing the open data or enhancing the data sets or interfaces a little bit more. So this is the main framework we're having. Why we're doing this is that the open data, for example, is said to be the future thing for businesses. It's not yet, but it might be in the future coming years. And EU says that in 2020 the public sector savings are about 1.7 billion euros in the EU 28 plus countries. And in Finland this might mean 27 million euros savings in the public sector. But also that there are in EU level 25,000 jobs created and over 325 billion direct market size for these open data issues. And that's why the 6 city strategy, the main focus is to create businesses, nothing else. Now I'm going to tell you about the Open Data Spearhead project. It's one of the core projects and started actually a year ago. Already something was done in the 2014, but officially it started 1 year ago. And it's seen that in this project we are going to open data with the six cities so that it could be the material could be used for creating new services and solutions and new businesses. So we're doing data distribution and infrastructure issues, clearing house mechanisms for the open data and bringing the 6 cities to the same level. Because we have quite different setups with these 6 cities. Helsinki region, Helsinki, Espoo and Vantaa are way ahead of the other cities. Tampere, Oulu and Turku are just beginning this journey for the open data issues. But Helsinki has been doing this for about 5-6 years already. So, for example, in Turku we started with this data opening issues in the late 2013, and we have about 100 datasets opened now at the moment. And also the technical side of these cities is quite different. Helsinki Region InfoShare has a great metadata catalog and so on, but the other cities don't have. So we have to bring those cities and areas to the same level and continue then. But these technical issues is just one part of the project. Biggest part is to convince the city politicians and officials that there is something, there is an idea with the open data issues, that we need to open the data sets and we need to change the policies and strategies and culture in the city itself. We cannot anymore just provide information for ourselves, because it's not just sustainable anymore. So biggest part is the renewing and creating open data processes in the cities as itself. Open by default ideology should be implemented in every purchases if the city is requiring new IT infrastructures or so forth. So the data set and the data provided by those IT systems should be open by default. So these activities in the city, the data distribution mechanisms, the clearinghouse mechanisms, the processes, they have to be quite good in order to give out good quality information, and also that the businesses and other sectors could use the data. And in our project, the main thing is also in here, creating new businesses, activating different kind of methods, or activating different entrepreneurships and businesses to utilize the public sector open data. And how are we then doing this? We're doing it together with all the 6 cities. We have really good cooperation going on with the project. So there's a picture of us last spring in Turku. Then we just drank beer and planned a little bit. And half year passed in the September, we have already matching T-shirts. So I think this cooperation has quite good good continuity now. But we're not just drinking beer and printing nice T-shirts. We're doing lots of things together all the time. We have good communication channels. We have everyday communication with Slack. There are about 20 different channels about different themes, from marketing to data opening and some technical issues. We are all the time, every day, sending hundreds of messages to each other and talking about important issues. And it helps because we have the same goals. We have similar-minded people, same goals, and we need to open data so the businesses can use it. This drives us further. So we are making also this kind of helping the cities to open the data by making educational material, or how to open data, what things to expect when you're opening data. When we are also trying to open certain data sets in the similar way, so harmonize the data. These are the the open spending data sets, and then the IT system lists as like Excel sheets, but then there are much bigger data sets that we are also harmonizing. I'm talking about them later. Then we are doing this data portal for each city. Helsinki region has a working data portal, but we need that also in Turku, Tampere and Oulu. And we have this joint technical development around that. And we have now decided to use CCAN as the metadata catalog. And then we have a joint API management issues relate also. These are coming to the same data portal, and in there is also open data pipeline. So when are the data sets coming coming to be opened, what's the situation in the cities, but also different kind of solution galleries, what to do with the data, who has downloaded the data, and what has been most used and so forth. And this is being done now. It's in the procurement processes at the moment, so I'm looking forward to having a good data portal in this year. We have in each city we have this similar project personnel. We have code fellows in every city. We have business this kind of community managers in each city. We have data specialists in each city and project management, and so we are working together with those same posts that there is, for example, in Tampere and Oulu and Helsinki. We are working together with the data specialists and data portal issues every day. Then one important tool for us also in the cooperation is using the same technical tools. So Slack is one thing, then we have Trello boards for the open data pipeline things, and then we have a Google Drive where we put everything and we have all the memos on stuff there. For me, for example, the using of Google Drive was a new thing in a project, but now I don't use Words or anything anymore because everything is in the cloud and it's so much easier. So something about the API cooperation. So we have decided to have 4 APIs developed together, and doing this. These were chosen because we made this questionnaire for different entrepreneurs, and based on that, the results of the questionnaire, and also based on the city's willingness to open different systems, we decided that these are the four APIs that we are trying to open together at the same way. So events, we have chosen linked events as a standard or data model. Decisions, we're using this open ahio, which I believe is developed in Helsinki for decisions of Helsinki city, and now this is going to be used in other cities as well. Service requests, open 311, and resource reservations. So every city has lots of rooms, meeting rooms, and other resources that need to be or could be opened or to other utilizers also than the city itself. So these are going to be in our open interface. This is a RESPA. It's also Finnish design API. So also the open data pipeline, which is now Trello board for all 6 cities. We have Trello boards for Turku and Helsinki and Tampere and Oulu, and we are seeing that what are those other cities planning to open next. If there are some similar data opening issues pointed in the Trello boards, we can easily just see that or you are doing this, we are doing it also, or wondering if we should do it, can we just talk about it together and maybe work together with it. The idea is that if we open data sets separately and by ourselves, and they are small, the businesses don't necessarily want to use those. But if we just open data sets together in a more harmonized way, and the coverage of the data sets it's much larger, then we can help the maybe solution providers or developers to make more reliable solutions. So the idea of how the data processes go is we get data wishes from everybody, from the community or inside the city. Then we plan our work and finalize, and then we publish. And if something cannot be published, we also put to the Trello board that why wasn't this published, and maybe we can just start discussing that maybe it can be published if something would be changed in the data or in the process, and go further. One thing that we have managed to do to help the entrepreneurs and firms is this site databusiness.fi. It's a joint site for our Open Data Spearhead project. We gather success stories about businesses who have been using or utilizing open data, because the stories and the cases, good open data cases, is always hard thing to find. If you're marketing that open data is a good issue, you usually need a showcase of different solutions and from different themes. So we're gathering them here, but also inform different kind of events that we're involved with. And behind this site, or the idea of this site came from this business forum where there are over 100 different businesses from Finland that they wanted that there is a site where they can also easily themselves find examples about how to utilize the data. This is also good for the EU or the reporting of our project, because the only thing, almost the only thing that the financial side is looking at is how many businesses we have managed to bring forth, and how many new solutions, how many new startups there have been during this project, and how have we helped them to become realized. So the financial side is quite strict, that we need to have, like, was it 100 new solutions in the 3 years period we have this project going on. So most of this is probably in Finnish, but you can go and see for yourself what kind of interesting stuff there is. So what have we learned so far? We have a crucial thing for this project to succeed is the good coordination of the joint activities, and hopefully, not hopefully, but we have a very good coordination people in Tampere city, in the Tredea, which is like this innovation center of Tampere city. There is a good coordination, and they are pulling the strings and pushing us others forward. Investing in team communication and transparency is also a key, and the Slack that we are using daily is very good tool for that. The problem maybe in our case and in Finland is that there is a lack of standards in the open data field. They are not very mature yet. There are some de facto standards, but not very many. So we have to like look what is the best solution right now, and does our data combine with easily with that de facto standard and then go on forward with that. But we are also trying to build these standards ourselves in Finnish sector with this project. And sometimes opening data is not that fast as one could hope for. It's interesting that when you're trying to explain this open data issue, it faces so many obstacles in the world that is not very familiar with opening data. And sometimes opening data, you have something in the internet, isn't it open? So it's hard to explain where the line goes. And city engagement is always needed. We need the city's high-level directors be involved in this, and that they see that this is a possibility for the city also themselves. Reduced overlapping work and more time to other issues than just to gathering the data and so forth. But in the end, it's all about the people, and we have such a good group of people. We have this much fun. We are doing things together and learning. And this is from Ottawa. We visited last May in the International Open Data Conference, and it was a good thing for all the cities to become more tightly together and so on. But I have nothing else now. Thank you. I give you the ball.
Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you very much. It's really interesting to hear this kind of structured and nice work that you are doing. I'm curious to hear more about these 4 areas that you've chosen, these 4 APIs. Can you say something? How did they emerge? How did you choose them?
No, the technology stopped working. They emerged from we asked from the businesses, about 100 businesses, that what are the themes that they are looking for from the city, what kind of data sets they would need in order to create new solutions and new businesses. And then we had also our own priorities, and also those that are easiest to provide for all the 6 cities. And then we had a huge list about wishes, and then we just started to prioritize with each other, and then it just came this. And
so there's still a lot of areas of interest for you to work on for the future work. So let's open up for the floor here. Are there any questions? We have one there and one in the end.
Where?
Please, you can stand up and state your name, so the web audience also will see you and hear you.
Well, hi, my name is Fredrik Eriksson. I represent the city of Linköping in Sweden. Nice to see what you're creating in Finland. I have a question about the issue that you have. Every city has its own platform. Why do you have that? Why don't you have one together?
This has been a long discussion about. We have this national portal, opendata.fi, and we were thinking about just putting everything there at first, but then it came as an image thing also for the city to have their own site. And if somebody is looking information about Turku city, they search Google Turku and open data, and it doesn't matter where the actual data is, but that we just find the right place. But then we decided that we have so different kind of needs for the data portal that we have, for example, we want to attach it to our map service development. Maybe Tampere does it too, but then Helsinki region has their own portal already, and they don't want to change that to the opendata.fi, the national portal. They have a good brand and they want to like develop it further. And we have also our own brand, and we want to keep it also in our hands. And also one thing was the joint development of the technical issues, that if just one place would develop it, it would be quite small group. And if we spread the technical also development a little bit, we can maybe form better like this open source, open management model or network for building the data portal with bigger amount of.
But do you really need to centralize all the resources due to the fact that you have the same platform? You can have your teams anyway in the cities, and you just publish it in the same place.
Yes.
So technically, there is no problem, is it?
No, but it's just for example, if we want something added to that, and the other cities don't want to have this additional part, then we have been discussing the same over and over again, but this is now the
last question. Doesn't this mean that a programmer need to request the information from all 6 cities instead of one API?
I don't know yet. But one thing is that we're purchasing this data portal together, that it's one program, and then we just take instances to every city and then maybe develop them further or develop them together. It's not decided yet.
Thank you. One in the back, and then we have one here.
So my question was similar. My name is Peter No. Here we go. Thank you. Peter No, colleague of Alex and Eric's. I work at the international level with Vinnova, and there's something called Fireware. Are you aware of that? I am Googling. I did just Twitter the link. Cities of Helsinki, Espoo, Vantaa, Tampere, Oulu, and Turku, with cities in Denmark and Belgium and Portugal and Spain, are collaborating at the European scale on a technical platform which is open source, and they heavily promote open data on the link that I just submitted, to give access to now 60 cities in Europe and Brazil. If you are compliant to the Fireware spec, you can sell to all those other cities. And all of your cities are members of this very forward-looking consortium that's been running for about a year. Yeah. So there has to be some technical backward compatibility there. Maybe to look into. I can talk to you more about it later. Yes, but it's.
I'm not that inside this Fireware. I have heard about it, but
so Fireware has been developed for maybe 600 million euros over the last 5 or 6 years across Europe. So it's out there and it's being used by your cities.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Maja Brisvall. I'm from Quantify Planet and from Global Goals Lab. Thank you for a great presentation. I think it's super exciting the way you describe, the process and everything behind to align people and convince them about the need for open data. But if we look from a Nordic perspective on our cities, I had a conversation with Helsinki before as well, that we are such small countries in the Nordics, and we have very similarities between our cities. So if you would think of data sets or data streams that, from your perspective, that would create most innovation and growth, as sort of needed for business to create growth, across the Nordics, which data sort of APIs would you prefer?
Good question. if I would know the answer to this, I would be doing business, not not this. But maybe something about doing with traffic issues. There's a lot of money involved in traffic. I don't know what could be the main thing. Tourism, one thing. Events, this kind of which has an effect on the customers on the tourist side. Maybe that could be something we could develop together if we manage to first collect our forces in Finland and then see what, and also in the meanwhile see what everybody else is doing. But maybe linked events are tourism service side.
Great. Just a follow-up question on that. And when it comes to new data, real-time sensor data, have you explored that specifically in your group? How you would start collect and share that?
Sensor data?
Yeah, sort of new data sets that's not yet in place yet.
Tampere region is doing something with IoT. They have a meeting today about it, so I don't really know. We don't have that much sensor data available, at least in Turku city. Some related to traffic, but not that much. But maybe we will in the future.
Maybe you have in the audience and people watching have ideas on this question. What would be the most interesting data set? You can Twitter it if you would like to, and then we gather some ideas. Thank you so much for this presentation. Big hands of applause.